threat is moving east. Severe storms slam the south, triggering deadly flooding. Firefighters race to save this woman trapped in her car, and tornadoes tear through 3 states. The southeast bracing now to get hit.
Overnight, President Trump sounds off, calling Nancy Pelosi a disaster after she said she wants to see him in prison. This as the White House and Mexico are in a race to strike a deal before the president's tariffs start.
The dramatic rescue. 4 climbers trapped on Mount Rainier for days, frostbitten, sick and exhausted, finally saved, now revealing how they survived.
Tragic accident. A country star's message this morning after a heartbreaking tragedy at his home.
The new twist in that mystery in paradise, what the preliminary autopsy results reveal about those 3 Americans who died in the Dominican Republic.
Bradley Cooper bombshell. Reports this morning the Oscar-nominated actor is splitting with his longtime love on the heels of the biggest year of his career.
Show-stopping shoves seen around the world. The Warriors co-owner, now banned for a year, caught on camera pushing this Raptors player and unleashing a barrage of obscenities. This as the Warriors get set to battle back tonight in that must-win showdown at home.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Hope you're well this Friday morning. Big game night tonight out west. And boy, that was unforgivable.
Yeah,
that
awful to see.
I agree with you. It's definitely unforgivable to me too as well, George. And it could be the last game that the Warriors ever play in Oakland, depending on how this series goes. And it's going to cost you to see it. One pair of tickets are going for over $100,000, the most expensive in NBA history. And George, I got us a pair.
Oh,
thank you.
How generous.
Right on my couch.
We have to leave now, right?
Right on my couch. We're not at the game. We're right at my couch. Closest we're going to
I'll
get.
be watching on my couch tonight, but we are going to begin with that deadly flooding in the south. Overnight, the Gulf Coast slammed with another round of thunderstorms and twisters. Ginger starting us off with the very latest on the severe weather now moving east. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning, Cecilia. If it feels like these are the images we've been showing you a lot lately, that's true, but it hasn't just been the last couple of weeks. New numbers in this morning tell us that the United States has had its wettest 12-month period ever in recorded history. Oh! Deadly flooding in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Watch these dramatic moments as a driver is pulled from their car seconds before it's fully submerged. At least 2 firefighters diving into that flash flooding.
I am all the way up to my hips in water.
And it wasn't just too much water too fast, filling homes and streets. At least 8 reported tornadoes, including this one, crossing the road just in front of this man in his car. An EF1 tornado winds up to 85 miles per hour, flipping cars at the Baton Rouge General Hospital. The torturous storms dropping nearly a half foot of rain in and around Oklahoma City. At least 21 water rescues in just 2 hours in OKC alone. In Tulsa, up to 5 inches of rain fell in just a few hours.
Yeah, it was really crazy. I had to climb out of my window.
All this water draining into the Arkansas River, already reaching its highest levels ever recorded earlier this week. So the Arkansas River will eventually drain into the Mississippi River, and that's why this morning there are evacuations being ordered for places in Arkansas, or at least recommended, because they're concerned about this water as it moves downriver. But there are also more moisture and more flash floods for Kentucky. The flood alert's still up in southern Alabama, but Conway is the town that we're really watching as this water drains down. Again, a lot of that tropical moisture moving to the east is welcome, though, because western North Carolina through South Carolina, Georgia, even the panhandle of Florida, in some major deficits rain-wise. So in some places it's good, in some places it could be really a nightmare this weekend, George.
Okay, Ginger, thanks very much. We're going to get the latest now on President Trump. This morning he leaves Europe for Washington, where his team is locked in negotiations with Mexico to see if they can reach a deal on controlling the border before Trump's Monday deadline for new tariffs on Mexican imports. Overnight, the president laid down a hard line and had some harsh words for House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in a new interview. And our chief White House correspondent John Carl has the details. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. The president returns to the White House later today with time running out to strike a deal with Mexico. In an effort to convince President Trump not to impose tariffs, the Mexican foreign minister announced a significant concession. Mexico will send 6,000 of its National Guard troops to its southern border in an effort to stop the flow of migrants coming from Central America through Mexico on the way to the United States.
We don't have yet an agreement.
The Mexican foreign minister has been in Washington all week, meeting at the White House, the State Department, and with members of Congress. Meanwhile, the president weighed in from abroad.
They're letting millions of people walk up through their country.
Before a solemn ceremony honoring veterans in Normandy, the president defended his threat to impose tariffs on Mexico, a plan key Republicans in Congress are threatening to block.
Tariffs are a beautiful thing. Republicans should love what I'm doing.
The president says he will go through with his threatened 5% tariff on Monday, and that he will continue to raise the tariffs every month this summer until Mexico stops the flood of illegal immigration at the southern border. In an interview at the American Cemetery in Normandy, France, the president also leveled some of his harshest attacks yet at Speaker Pelosi.
She's incapable of doing deals. She's a nasty, vindictive, horrible person.
Pelosi, who was also in Normandy at the time, recently told members of her party she wants to see Trump in prison. But in France, she struck a different tone.
With all due respect to your question, I'm not here to talk about impeachment. But I do say that
if the president follows through on his threat to impose tariffs, he will face significant opposition here at home. Not only are fellow Republicans threatening to try to block the tariffs through congressional votes, the president is almost certain to face legal challenges if he goes through with them. George?
So very high stakes for these negotiations today. Meanwhile, in other political news, a pretty dramatic shift from former Vice President Joe Biden on the issue of federal funding for abortions.
Yeah, this is the so-called Hyde Amendment, which bans any federal funds for abortion, something that's been a part of congressional spending bills for years. Biden has said he supports the amendment, said that as recently as Wednesday, but now he says he no longer supports them. He was facing increasing pressure from fellow Democrats criticizing his position. He explains it as a result of all the efforts Republicans are now making to restrict abortion rights.
And
George?
now he calls abortion right. Okay, John, thanks very much. Michael?
All right, thank you, George. Now to that rescue on Mount Rainier. 4 climbers trapped for days, finally rescued from deadly conditions, and now they're speaking out with what they went through. ABC's Clayton Sandell has the story. Good morning, Clayton.
Good morning, Michael. These were 4 experienced climbers, but even they were no match for the extreme weather, stuck in harrowing conditions, forced to wait 3 days for a rescue.
This morning, 4 climbers missing for 3 days in freezing conditions, nearly 14,000 feet up the side of Mount Rainier, are finally safe. Rescuers taking advantage of a tiny window of good weather to pluck the men from extreme cold, ferocious winds, and pelting snow.
This location here is extremely exposed. You have 50-mile-an-hour winds sweeping down from the top of the mountain, and it's very steep.
The climbers stranded around 13,000 feet after setting up camp when one man began suffering from severe altitude sickness and exhaustion. Conditions quickly worsened.
At night, the storm hit. Just really high winds, kind of breaking the tent, ripping the tent. In the morning, everybody was hypothermic because the night was really cold. I found out my backpack had slipped down the slope. Lost one sleeping bag, my backpack had a shovel in it, so we lost that, had a GPS in it.
The group called 911, rangers responding immediately, but the nasty weather grounding any rescue attempts from the air.
We made 5 attempts by air.
They tried to swoop in and land, but they just couldn't get in there because the wind was just blowing in that direction. And so they tried several times and then they left.
The group took cover in an ice cave.
This is a low, broad spot up on the top of the mountain, a place that is more sheltered. When we landed our helicopter, they were able to just walk on.
The climbers suffering from exposure and frostbite immediately rushed to the hospital, now listed in satisfactory condition.
Officials say the group's skills and preparation were the key factors in helping them survive. Cecilia?
Really incredible ordeal there. Okay, Clayton, thank you. We're going to turn now to a threat right here in New York City. A man under arrest accused of plotting an attack after he asked about buying grenades and discussed the possibility of detonating them right here in Times Square. He was intercepted, and officials say he posed no imminent threat. He is not believed to be linked to any other people or a larger plot, and he is expected in a court in Brooklyn later today. We're going to turn now to the investigation this morning into that deadly training accident at West Point. 1 cadet was killed and 19 cadets and 2 soldiers injured when a 5-ton vehicle rolled over. ABC's Gio Benitez is right there at West Point in upstate New York with the very latest. Good morning, Gio.
Hey, Cecilia, good morning. Investigators are here from Alabama to figure out what caused that cargo truck to roll over. We know that it was heading toward a training site, transporting those cadets, driving through rough terrain as part of that training when the accident happened. Again, 1 cadet was killed, 19 other cadets injured. 2 soldiers were also in that truck and were injured. Let's go ahead and show you what this truck looked like, because this is a similar model. It weighs 5 tons. The superintendent here says this kind of accident is not common, even with that rough terrain as part of the training. Now, we know that those injured cadets and those injured soldiers are doing well this morning, because we know they suffered only minor injuries, but no doubt all of West Point right now is thinking about that cadet who lost their life. George.
We certainly are. Okay, Gio, thanks very much. We have new developments in the search for that missing Connecticut mom. Her estranged husband's girlfriend has met with investigators and the state's attorney. ABC's Whit Johnson is in Stamford, Connecticut with the latest. Good morning, Whit.
George, good morning to you. The criminal investigation now ramping up after the arrest of Jennifer Dulos' estranged husband, accused of discarding blood-stained evidence. Police say they've received more than 225 tips and 70 video clips from homes and businesses. Still no sign of the missing mom.
This morning, the search is intensifying for 50-year-old Connecticut mother of 5 Jennifer Dulos 2 weeks after she mysteriously disappeared. ABC News has confirmed that Michelle Triconis, the girlfriend of Dulos' estranged husband Fotis, met with detectives and her lawyer Thursday afternoon. Triconis out on bail, charged with evidence tampering related to the case.
Do you know where she is? When you tend to look at people who may be a little less culpable, you want to approach them first.
Investigators are now revisiting 2 key locations searching for evidence at Fotis' mansion and a garbage incinerator.
If you think about somebody committing a murder, and you need to find out, first of all, where they committed it.
Jennifer and Fotis Dulos had been embroiled in a bitter custody battle since she filed for divorce in June 2017. And just 4 days after she went missing, Fotis filed for full custody of the children.
Where's Jennifer?
This morning, Fotis remains behind bars. Police say surveillance footage shows people matching the descriptions of him and Triconis throwing away multiple garbage bags containing items that later tested positive for Jennifer's blood.
Our ABC affiliate WTNH is reporting that Fotis Dulos' divorce attorney has asked to be withdrawn from the case. Both Dulos and Triconis are expected back here in court next Tuesday. Michael?
All right, thank you so much, Whit, for that. And now to an incredibly close call. Take a look at this. That's a piece of a plane, an airplane door to be exact. It fell from the sky, hitting an apartment building in the car in Las Vegas, and thankfully no one was injured. This happened near Nellis Air Force Base, and it's unclear what type of plane it fell from, but it doesn't appear to be a civilian aircraft. The FAA is looking into the incident. And from planes to the NBA. Nothing goes, they go together, I guess. And now to the NBA Finals. Tonight, the Warriors will try to even up the series with the Raptors and welcome back one of their injured stars, but they are down 1 fan because an investor in the team was seen on camera, of course, shoving a Raptors player during Game 3. TJ Holmes is in Oakland with all the details. Good morning, TJ.
Hey, good morning to you, Strahan. I'm actually sitting in that seat where that fan was when he pushed Kyle Lowry. He reached over 2 seats to push a player. Now, to give you an idea, I'm sitting here. Just look how close some of these fans sit to that NBA action. Well, this incident now, that shove, has set off not just a conversation, but really it has set off a huge debate about what fans should and shouldn't do, and also the rights of someone like an owner who is a billionaire, really pushing a millionaire. That has set off a debate that LeBron James even has jumped into.
And goes crashing into the fan.
The outrage continues over this moment at Game 3 of the NBA Finals. It started when Kyle Lowry, late in the game, with the Raptors well ahead, chased a loose ball into the crowd when this Warriors fan is seen shoving him away.
The blue shirt pushed him off.
That fan, we now know, is this man, Mark Stevens, a minority owner of the Warriors.
He had no reason to touch me. He had no reason to reach over
2 seats and then say some vulgar language to me.
The backlash was fast and furious. An outraged LeBron James took to Instagram saying, "Just think to yourself, what if Kyle Lowry would have reacted and put his hands back on him? You guys would be going crazy." King James adding the hashtag, "Privilege ain't welcome here."
And he's always been an activist, and he sticks up for his fellow players. And it sucks that this has to take the front page of, the finals.
The Warriors' Steph Curry also came to Lowry's defense.
Obviously, an unfortunate situation all the way around. Credit Kyle the way he handled it. A lot of different reactions you could have had, but he handled it correctly.
The league has now banned Stevens from NBA games for a year and fined him $500,000 for pushing and directing obscene language towards Lowry. Stevens in a statement saying he's attempted to reach out to Lowry, saying, "I made a mistake and I'm truly sorry. I need to do better and look forward to making it right."
And fans, all of them that are sitting in these first several rows, get a card in their seat explaining to them and reminding them of the fan code of conduct when they are at these games. And again, they pretty much, Strahan, get a warning. When you're sitting this close, you need to be aware you're that close to the action, and you need to be aware of how you need to behave and what could possibly happen. But on that injury update, we do expect Klay Thompson to play tonight. Kevin Durant, though, is out still for the Warriors for this very critical Game 4.
Well, Klay is a big addition back in the lineup for those guys. And TJ, if you need a card to tell you how to act in the front row of the game, maybe you should have those seats.
Yeah.
You make a very good point, but so many of the fans, you're this close to the action. If you're not paying attention, these are athletes. These are big guys who go flying oftentimes into the stands. You have to be aware, and they give you a heads up about it. Whether you think he just had a bad moment or what, but there's no reason for that. And can you imagine if Kyle Lowry would have reacted and defended himself, how different our story would be this morning?
As someone said, Kyle Lowry would be at his office to push him as well. So see how that goes. All right, TJ, thank you so much. And you can see Game 4 of the NBA Finals with Cecilia's Warriors. They would try to tie the
George
series
is wearing
up.
Warriors colors, I would like you to know.
I actually am, yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't dress himself. That's going to be tonight at 9 Eastern right here on ABC. You do, George. I'm
Okay, we are going to switch gears right now and remember Dr. John. He is the Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, called the ambassador of the New Orleans sound, known for his raspy voice, singing hits like this.
Been wrong time, been right set, been wrong line.
Ringo Starr, one of so many who revered his work, he tweeted, "God bless Dr. John. I love the doctor. Peace and love." Dr. John, 77 years old. Really made a difference in rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a lot more headlines this morning, including a tragedy at home for a country music star. We're going to give you his message this morning.
And also that big headline out of Hollywood this morning, what's behind the split? New details coming in. But first, let's go back over to Ginger.
So often I have to show you horrible things when it comes to weather, but this one from afar is very beautiful, right? So we go to South Jordan, Utah. Look at that lightning strike captured just over the mountains. Thankfully, nobody hurt in this. You can kind of see the rain shafts there. You can see all of that kind of Virgo potentially in the front. Beautiful cloud structure. Anyway, unfortunately, those can become severe, and they will today in parts of the plains, the northern plains, from Minot to Buffalo, South Dakota, back into parts of Wyoming. Just be on the lookout for the potential for damaging winds. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the weekend getaway, sponsored by Amazon Echo.
Okay, did you win? Alexa, pause my audiobook. Alexa, what time is it? It's 4:40 a.m. Alexa, turn on the backyard light.
Well, our Friday not going to be as sunny or as hot as yesterday. Highs between 78 and 83 under mostly cloudy skies. We'll have a breeze out of the east, northeast between about 5 and 10 miles an hour, and an isolated shower chance, especially through Virginia this afternoon. So have your Stormwatch 7 weather app and, of course, your umbrella. Tomorrow, nicest day out of the weekend, 82 with lower humidity. And if you're coming out to celebrate Fairfax on Sunday, dry in the morning, temperatures in the mid-70s, humid, but rain likely through the afternoon and evening.
Who else is ready for the weekend like this guy? Yeah. Riding heading into the weekend.
Sitting on the windshield, huh?
More details incoming involving Volkswagen and the growing scandal. The world's largest car manufacturer under scrutiny as the emissions.
Dissatisfied customers filing complaints against the German auto.